You open the fridge, there's nothing there. So what's it gonna be? Greasy pizza? Sad drive-thru burgers? Dish by Blue Apron is for nights like that. These are the pre-made meals of your dreams. At least 20 grams of protein, no artificial flavors or colors, no chopping, no cleanup, no guilt. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
You better not have no plans tonight.
Movie time and it's feeling right.
You're looking for a love that lasts. You'll find it at Romance in the Podcast. Ooh, baby, you had me at hello. Ooh, I love you.
I know.
Ooh, baby, you're the wind beneath my wings. Ooh, I'll have what she's having.
Thank you for tuning into Romance in the Pod. You had us at hello. I'm Paige Wesley.
And I'm Todd Schlosser. And joining us today, we have
Chris Demarais!
the new and improved Chris Demarais.
Yeah, the old one sucked.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us and for making us watch a movie you wanted to do.
Yes.
That movie is A Walk to Remember.
And let me clarify. It's not a movie I was like, guys, I really want you to see this movie. It's just, it just sticks out to me as such a strange romantic comedy and so just weird.
Comedy? Would you call this a comedy? I struggle with that aspect of it.
No, you're right. Okay. In my head it was because maybe I laughed at it a lot.
Yes.
I did laugh a lot watching it this time, although I did watch it when it was originally in theaters.
Yes.
And I cried a lot that time.
I cried a lot this time. I also laughed a lot this time. I'll cover it more in first thoughts. I have very complex thoughts about this movie today.
I was at a very different place in my life when I saw this the first time. And so I didn't pick up on any of like the smugness that she has and or her dad has. Like they like really look down on everybody so much in this town. It is terrible. It kind of makes me hate them on some level.
Oh, yeah. They are very unlikable.
But I wasn't picking up on that kind of smugness when I was that kind of smugness. So anyway, Chris, when was the first time you saw this movie?
I was probably 17 or 16.
Okay.
Probably also in theaters, or if not in theaters, on a date that I was afraid to, get too close to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the themes of this movie where I'd be like, we'll just sit on opposite sides of the room.
I brought 2 blankets.
For me.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Did you watch it again after, or was it basically that first time and then you're like, I remember this vaguely, and then I haven't watched it since?
I think one was enough.
It was for me. This is the first time I saw it since seeing it then.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I honestly was a little confused. I thought we might have been doing Stephen King's A Long Walk because like they're both about a person walking and dying at the end. But like I figured it out when I started the movie.
Yeah. So similar. But,
they're very similar, premise-wise at least.
Yeah, you're right. if I seen it since it was like on TV and it was really probably with the sound off just because I thought Mandy Moore was pretty.
She is very pretty.
And that was it.
I'm going to say missed opportunity for a double feature with this and Saved.
Oh.
Where if you want to see her as like the smug Christian girl in school in this.
Honestly, if you just want to see what she was like before she got the diagnosis.
Right.
Oh my
that's that movie. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Where she's like spiking that Bible at her head like I'm full of Christ's love. Yeah.
And undiagnosed leukemia.
Yeah.
Leukemia. Yeah. That's what I was thinking through the whole first half of this movie was like, I got a double feature. This was safe.
The whole first half of this movie, I was like, man, did she like misread like how to neg someone into dating you manual? Because she's like treating him like shit the entire. Yes, Paige, she is nailing it. I agree. It works. It works so hard that like he marries her.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
There was a Twitter, or it might have been Threads, one of the two, a thread a couple months ago of someone who had rewatched this movie recently after years of not watching it, like we all did today.
Right.
And she was like, damn, when she walked up, it was like, don't fall in love with me, though. Not greasy banged Jamie, but like she called it. Like,
yeah.
She called it. He absolutely did. But it was the thread was basically about like the absolute balls to be like, I know I'm the greasy-haired Christian girl at the school that everyone makes fun of, but you're gonna love me. So get ready for that. Fucking nuts.
It's insane energy. It works, though. It like truly works. Like Shane West has never recovered.
No, I mean, with the rapture on Tuesday and just the rest of this week, it's been a real throwback week for me of neoconservative Christian hyper purity culture. And like, I feel like I'm reliving high school this week and I'm not loving it. I'll be honest with you.
I'm glad you brought up the Rapture page because I've been dying to talk about it. Because
go for it. Let's go.
Honestly, it's been great post-rapture. Like, I don't miss anyone that got raptured at all. I haven't even noticed. They haven't even touched my life. So, like, yeah, it's been great. I'm assuming it actually happened, right? We just weren't, we didn't make the, yeah. So, like, I don't miss those people. They're gone. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's been real wild for me experiencing the raptor because they, like, fight in packs and they, like, hunt you.
Yeah.
Paige, you're such a clever girl.
Ha, thank you. Todd, you know what? Why don't you go next and tell us about your first experience with this movie? Because I had a lot of experiences with this movie, and it's going to take some time. So, Todd, go.
So, if Shane West had a marry F kill list, I'm just the one he F'd.
Oh.
You're the one he married, Paige, because you spent a lot of time with this movie. I only saw it once, and I hit it and quit it, guys. I saw it in the theaters. I was not on a date because I was not allowed to be.
Just like her. Just like her.
Yeah, I grew up in a very religious culture, guys. Spoiler alert, I grew up in the South. And this movie does like an excellent job pointing out why people get married really young in the South. And it's because they have to get married to have sex. And then you realize God had to kill Mandy Moore because she was so smart. She would have destroyed us all. Like, she had to figure out a way to get laid, to get one in before going out. And the only way, like in her repressive religious culture, and she like nailed it, guys. 1,000,000 to 1 shot. She nailed it.
No, he nailed it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
nailed it.
But her nailing it is also him nailing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot that summer.
I mean, Paige, at the end of the movie when he's like, we had a great summer.
More love than most people know in a lifetime.
Oh, my God.
Just on every flat surface of the house. Yeah.
He's like, when we buried her, guys, she was full.
Sorry, babe. I bumped her IV.
Bumped her IV.
Oh, good. She's plenty hydrated.
Yeah. Let's tack another bag on and really have some fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so you hit it and quit it, Todd. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just like she did with life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was a genius and she died too young. I agree. But like,
right.
What she pulled off is like the heist of a lifetime, guys.
Her panties. Oh, no, the heist of a lifetime. Got it.
Just being able to have sex with God's permission in the South at 18 before dying. Like, that was such a hard like target to hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme would have missed it, and she crushed it.
To be fair, it only would have gone downhill if she hadn't died.
Right.
You know?
How do you... Honestly, hang on one second.
Todd, do you want to talk about your first marriage?
Wait, what? Did I marry Mandy Moore?
No, but you were a young person sex marriage.
You know what? I've never given it that title, but it's not entirely inaccurate. But yeah, I don't recommend it. But
the movie or getting married young to have sex?
Oh, I recommend the movie. No, I definitely. You've got to see this movie. Because, like, honestly, I thought for 1 second that in this movie that it was going to end in a murder-suicide.
Just like
and
the
then I was
Notebook.
like, oh, no, this is Nicholas Sparks, and there's no way he's going to ring that bell twice.
Right.
So, like, it's probably not going to go that way. But this, like, movie takes you on the wildest of emotional roller coasters and then kicks you in the dick at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hence my crying for an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much sad shit in this movie. Like, her mom's not around and obviously has died before this movie starts. And obviously she's got leukemia.
And his relationship with his dad, that scene where he hugs his dad makes me cry every time I watch this movie.
Yeah, I honestly, it made me cry too because Landon's so dumb. He doesn't know a cardiologist can't cure cancer. Yeah. Like, it made me sad too. I was like, oh, the public school system has failed you, Landon, you moron.
He's like, Dad, go look at her. She's got cancer. He's like,
I don't do that.
This is a Wendy's.
I'm I'm a podiatrist.
that would be like yelling at Tom Brady to go cure your girlfriend's cancer. It's a different job altogether, bro.
Tom Brady might have a better chance.
I'm going to pigskin it out of her. Tie her to the post. I'm going to throw this football goddamn 90 miles an hour until we knock that leukemia out her. I don't know what he sounds like, but it's got to be something like that.
Have we tried deflating her?
He was notoriously good at that. That's one operation he could perform, Paige.
I just want to know if they tested her for CTE after.
She did donate her brain to science.
Yeah.
I do think truly the saddest part of this movie is that, like, her dad had the two women in his life that he loves the most saddle him with so much medical debt he cannot afford one long sleeve shirt.
The woman that answers the door at the end, she's the new owner of the house. She just lets him live there.
Yes, he's subletting the basement.
Please donate more to my church. We're
going to pass the offering baskets again.
Yeah.
My daughter died. Thank you. My daughter died. Yes, she's dead. Thank you.
Attendance went way down when we didn't get a miracle or whatever. Yeah, it would be great if you could donate. No, I do think it's funny that he does not wear a long sleeve shirt the entire movie. Not once.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what season it is.
Not even at their wedding, guys.
Yeah, I know. That was extra weird.
It was crazy. He's just wearing a blazer, so it's harder to notice. But if you look at his sleeve, it's all blazer, no cuff. That's all I'm saying. And I was looking, because by the end of the movie, I was like, someone buy this man a different kind of shirt. Like, it just seems strange that, like, does he sleep in this?
I guess I missed his shirts.
All I could see was old man elbow. It's all I could see in any scene he was in.
I think it's a preacher thing. I mean, that was not the case with the ministers I grew up with. They were all like suit people. I grew up non-denominational Protestant, or as I like to call it, mega church light, where it's like not a mega church, but that kind of vibe.
It tastes like mega church, but it's half the calories, bro.
It's half the calories of a mega church. All this to say, my family watches Righteous Gemstones, and every once in a while we're like, oh, wait.
Oh.
Well, you should. Yeah, that's fair.
You're like, oh, no.
That's the right way to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not go to anything closely resembling a mega church, and sometimes watching it, I'm like, oh, damn. Because they kind of poke fun at it all. It's great.
But because of that, because of my wild upbringing, I have a lot of thoughts about this movie. I feel like I did see it in theaters, and then I read the book, which is also like, as much as the purity culture of this movie upsets me, I also know that it utterly failed because so many of us after this read the book and then got into reading Nicholas Sparks. And if you were reading Nicholas Sparks at 14, you're reading capital E erotica now. And so like,
what, really?
That's where all the smut girlies went, man. Like, so I occasionally talk about the books and stuff I'm reading on the show. Nowhere do I get more messages about it from people being like, I'm reading it too. Oh my gosh, did you like it? Than girls I went to high school and youth group with. Like, aggressively, that is the market. And it is wild. Love it for you, girlies. But I find that hilarious. I feel like this movie feels like two different movies. It's almost like there were screenwriters feuding. And the first act of this movie is a full-on Hallmark-ass Christian movie, and that's the movie Mandy Moore is in the entire movie.
Yeah. Mandy Moore never leaves a Disney movie in this movie. Yeah.
Yes, Mandy Moore never leaves a Disney movie. The second act, when Shane West gets to a point where he like wants her and he's like actively pursuing her, we're in a Nicholas Sparks movie like the normal Nicholas Sparks movies, and that's the movie Shane West is in. And so for the first hour of this movie, I was like, how did we even stand to watch this so much? Because we used to watch this all the time. And I have the soundtrack and shit.
Well, the soundtrack slaps. Like, of course, it's got 2 new Radical songs on it, so you know there are 2 bangers.
It does have 2 new Radical songs on it and a bunch of Switchfoot songs, and we'll talk about the controversy in Fun Facts, because there is Switchfoot controversy, and we will talk about it. I also think that this movie makes what I will call like a cardinal sin of Christian movies. And when I graduated high school and was like, I want to go work in the film industry, and people were like, oh, you can make Christian movies. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. For this reason, right? And I grew up in a Christian home that didn't watch Christian movies or listen to Christian music. And if you ask my parents why, they'd be like, it kind of sucks, right? Like, we're not good at movies as a people. And here's why. Because this movie could be an emotionally grounded story about someone who basically changes their perspective, thinks more about others than themselves, and falls in love with someone that ultimately is a very tragic love story, but teaches them a lot about themselves. In and of itself, that's what this movie is and could be good. And I would argue the second act, pretty good. But the problem is there's clearly a screenwriter slapping the laptop out of another screenwriter's hands to then add like, but also Jesus at like the end of every sentence. Because if you just stop beating people over the head with it, they'd watch the movie and be like, it seems like faith was really great in that guy's life. But instead they have to tell you every 10 seconds. So there'll be these moments of like true emotional realism in this movie where you're like starting to cry and you're like, oh my God, I am really rooting for them. And then she'll be like, read this passage. It's 1 Corinthians. And you're like, yeah, damn it. Like, can you not?
Well, the first time we hear 1 Corinthians, he's reading from the book she wrote, and she does not, like she just did, attribute the quote to the author.
She doesn't attribute
it. So she technically plagiarizes the Apostle Paul in this movie,
right?
And then only reveals that as they're getting married.
Right.
I thought that was really funny.
It's bonkers, but it's that of like, they have a real human interaction where you're like, okay, there's chemistry here or whatever. And then she's like, but also God. And you're like, it just brings the momentum of the movie to a screeching halt every time they do it, instead of just letting the movie unfold. And this is what all Christian movies do. And I'm from the group. I can say it. This is why we're bad at movies. This is why Redeeming Love was bad. This is why most Hallmark movies are bad. It's this. It's not allowing people to just have human fucking emotions and instead being like, but wait, stop everybody. What if I brought my Bible? Like, it's nonsense.
Paige, how dare you say that her having her emotional support Bible is nonsense? How dare you, Paige?
It needs a leash.
Two humans having a lot of chemistry and emotion and starting to get into each other and then having to stop because of the Bible is like every time I dated someone who was really into Christianity.
Yeah.
Like that was
That's why this movie was so popular at my high school, because people are like, see, and they remain pure.
Yeah.
And also the book is different. I was trying to remember this because it's been 20 years since I read the book. The church thing is in the book, but it's not the driving force. It's much more that because her mom has died, her dad kind of treats her with kid gloves. And also because of her illness.
Yeah.
And that's a very...
I think that makes sense.
...human emotion. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And he just happens to also be a pastor, and that's kind of involved in it. But it's much more that it's like a parent struggling to let go of a child that has an illness because they're afraid that they will lose them forever. Again, a human emotion.
Yeah.
But then in this movie, they ratchet the purity culture to 11 because this was the early 2000s.
It was 2002. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, right after 9/11, when that was very popular. And so it kind of ruins the movie. You could have a very grounded version of this movie. If you remade this movie, you could remake a decent, admittedly still very sad with a whole third act of cancer movie.
Yeah.
But it would be more in line with just other Nicholas Sparks movies.
I mean, yeah, they're all kind of crazy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least you wouldn't feel like the first act was Bible study. You're like, is this Vacation Bible School or a movie? Both.
I kind of felt like the first act was me watching one of the Lost Boys become Christian and like being cured of vampirism just because of like the group he hangs out with has like real vampire energy at the beginning. I can't really explain it. It's just like we only hang out at night and our hair is spiky in the front and we like prank people. It was like that Lost Boy kind of energy.
Yeah, but they're like really bad at pranking people and really bad at like being cool kids because they're like, hey, we're going to trick this kid into swimming.
When he didn't expect to.
Yeah. We're going to leave the party, go out to the middle of nowhere and just go get this kid to swim and laugh at him.
For being an idiot, for doing a thing we'd do for fun.
Yeah.
Although it does like really hurt him because of how he does it, but
yeah. Well, and he gets hurt, but also in the whole process as we're like meeting the friends, his white friend is absolutely a domestic abuser in training. He never speaks to women except to scream at them.
Right.
And it is baffling and terrifying.
Yeah.
And then the one character of color, the one black guy, only talks about women's bodies the entire movie in a derogatory way. That's the only lines they give him until the very end of the movie when he's like, I didn't realize she had cancer, man. I'm here for you. And you're like, what?
Well, he's also the guy that like helped him run his lines and like showed up to the play. And even though he didn't really care, he like, we even show him sleeping during it. He just showed up to be supportive. They treat that character badly, but I like that character, if that makes sense. Like, I like that guy who like shows up for his friend. But I wish the movie gave him lines other than like talking about how his teacher had great boobs or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
here's the thing though. He doesn't really show up to help with lines because that's why he ends up having to go to Jamie. He shows up that one day and does like 2 lines and then is like, big booties, and then is gone.
I mean, high school guys be like that. I was a high school guy. Yeah, yeah.
No, that's true to form.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was an opportunity if you were going to give him all those scenes, if he was going to be the guy that shows up, be the guy at the play, be the guy at the end, give him something else to say. Give him another character trait even. Be like, have him be a football player or something that's like additional to learn about him other than every single time he's on screen, he's like, big titties. And that's it.
He did car stuff.
He kind of did car stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
But Paige, this isn't his movie. This movie isn't about him. This movie is about how it takes a good Christian woman to die to make a good Christian man. And that's ultimately what's important, right, guys?
He's kind of like Jesus in that. Female Jesus.
It's kind of gross, Paige, right? It's kind of gross.
The end of this movie, I was like, just wanted to like climb out of my skin. Because the end of the movie is basically like, it's good that she died because it means he's doing great now. And I was like, hold on.
Yeah, it's gross. It's real gross. But it kind of like makes some of the like positions that this community takes socially make more sense.
Doggy style?
No.
No, that's the devil's position.
I don't think that's the devil's position. Paige, it's clear you ain't never been pitchforked. You know what I'm saying? Come on. The devil's going to mix it up more than doggy style. Like, yeah.
I mean, the pitchfork got 3 fork parts on it. So like, mix it up.
I guess. Well, maybe we should mix it up by going through this movie scene by scene.
Let's do it. We open on, I believe it's The New Radicals is what we open on.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
It's is that Hole? Who is that? I don't know who it is. I know the song and I actually really like the song, but it's not New Radicals.
No, it's also in 10 Things I Hate About You and like a handful of other things. It was in every teen movie at the time was this song. But it's a bunch of kids driving to like an old factory / quarry / place with scaffolding, but also conveniently water.
It's clear you all have never seen The Cement Factory because that's what they call it. The Cement Factory.
And later on, I was like, I kept trying to figure out what it was. And then later on, they're like, yeah, he almost died at the cement factory.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't keep that much water around a cement factory.
The cement factory pool.
I actually do think, okay, I bet they probably have to have something like for like runoff or something like that, which makes it even like more gross that that's what they made him jump into. Like, I have no idea how those plants operate, but like a lot of plants have like runoff, like holding tanks that have, it's mainly water, but it's also a lot of chemicals they use in the process of whatever they're doing there. So like, honestly, that kid's also got cancer. He also has cancer and will die from leukemia in like 7 years because of that stunt.
Yeah, he's going to call Celino and Barnes tomorrow.
Yeah, like there's another version of this movie where that's his superhero origin, where he falls and jumps in, belly flops in, and then gets the power to belly flop into water from any distance. Like he can make the jump and just like smash into the water.
Oh my God, Doctor, how'd he survive that plane crash? Well, he did fall from 2,000 feet, but thank God he belly flopped.
Thank God he belly flopped. He was over the ocean. I'm just picturing him describing that power to the Avengers and being like, how is this useful to save people? You never know.
Yeah.
Paige, what you do is you get like Hawkeye or somebody with like really good aim to throw you from a helicopter or whatever onto people, and you just squish them with your belly flop because you famously cannot die from belly flopping.
Yeah.
But it has to be over water.
It doesn't. No, Paige, you're the one putting the water limitation on it. It does not have to be over water, and that makes it more fun.
Yeah, I guess that's where the cement factory part plays in.
Exactly. If it hadn't been a cement factory, factory, Chris. Thank you. That's why. That's why he can land on cement.
Exactly.
Boom.
All right.
I love it. Also, clearly this movie is not a superhero origin story. This movie is 2 months before Erin Brockovich walks into town and is like, hey, a bunch of people have died from cancer in this town. 2 from the same family. What is happening in this cement factory?
I just read the Pelican Brief and I'm angry.
They're called boobs, Ed.
Maybe we need a better swim hole for the community than the factory.
Factory. I don't know. It got us Belly Flop Boy, Northman, and the guy who's invisible, but only when people aren't looking. You know, like it's our own Avengers for this small town in Virginia.
They're actually in North Carolina, Paige. They have to drive to the Virginia state line.
Oh, I wasn't sure which side they were on.
You can
That
tell
makes
by
sense,
their
though.
accents, it's definitely the North Carolina side.
It's fair.
It's further south. That's all I'm saying. It's definitely southern.
But while they're all waiting for another teen to show up who will be in 2 whole scenes of this movie and then never grace our plot again,
Right.
we get a shot of like who all these people are. One of the teens is Paz de la Huerta. And I was like, what? Was this like her first movie before she did a bunch of wild art house movies and then lived in a motel and shows up in a Scientology documentary on accident?
On accident? How do you accidentally show up in a Scientology documentary?
They were filming in a hotel like a motel in Los Angeles, and she was staying next door and saw the cameras. And she just like full walks into their room and is like, are you filming? I'm actually like a famous actress. And she is, like, admittedly, like, she was on Boardwalk Empire. Like,
Yeah.
she is a famous actress.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, this is actually like a documentary about Scientology. And she's just like, okay, but if you want me, I'll be right over there. And you're like, what?
That's incredible. That is some real Mandy Moore in this movie energy. Because it's like, fuck you, I'm here, deal with it, kind
You
of.
have to promise not to fall in love with me.
Yeah. It's very much that. Yeah.
Bonkers.
It is.
But the kid shows up and they're like, all right, you ready to get hazed into our friend group?
I know.
You got to jump off this thing into this water. And we will find out later that they've all done it because Shane West has also done it.
Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah.
But, you know, he might be lying.
He might be lying. He is a sinner after all.
It was a prank, but that was just the way they let people into their groups. That's just like the rite of passage.
They're like, we had his membership card and everything, but he had to blow it by almost dying.
You know what? Maybe it's symbolic of getting baptized.
Oh.
Okay, but if you come up from a baptism with like a bloody, like a broken nose and some chest injuries, that's like, okay, so like God was like, no thanks on that guy. No thanks, sir.
You jump in, you may get bruised, but you come out with super Jesus power.
Yeah,
I
like the
mean-
power to belly flop onto concrete.
Exactly.
Look.
It's in the Bible page.
I may have been baptized in a jacuzzi in the middle of a parking lot, but that is a true thing.
No,
that
it's
happened.
real. That's real.
I took it as such. Honestly, it sounds like a really good baptism. It sounds comfortable.
It was warm. That's always good.
Yeah, like
Although the church we went to when I was in high school, when this movie came out, it's very, very large. And so they had a baptismal in a balcony over the stage. So like one balcony was like a lighting and sound balcony, and the other balcony was the baptismal, but you're sitting down below. And so like you'd watch as they would like dunk people down below where you could see of the balcony, and then they'd come back up soaking wet. And then one time I like walked up there and it was basically just a jacuzzi up there.
Yeah, what do you think the preacher does during the week?
Just chills out. I'm going to go relax in the baptismal, you guys.
they've got 6 days to do whatever they want,
Yeah.
you know?
Right?
Chill in a jacuzzi.
My favorite baptismal scene is Righteous Gemstones in the pilot where they're doing it in a wave pool and then someone accidentally turns on the waves.
It's so funny.
But all this to say, Chris, I don't think you're wrong.
Hey, were people chilling in the hot tub before or after your baptism?
No, and it was like specifically a hot tub for baptism.
Is it just like a warmed tub? You're saying hot
Yeah.
tub like Hugh Hefner was in the corner smoking a cigar. Yeah, it was in a grotto. Fine. It was in a grotto, but it wasn't like a porn shoot. It wasn't that bad.
There's fake vines. What about it? No, I mean hot tub in the sense that I think it could like maintain heat, if that makes sense.
Yeah, generally tubs of water can't maintain heat. Like you're just saying words. Like what does that even mean? Like that was
I
it?
think it had a heating element
Okay.
in it.
Guys, we're gonna have to power through this, but I gotta say, if you out there install performative hot tubs at churches, I want to know design structure. I want to know what you think about. I want to know what problems you're solving. I got to know. Email the show, guys.
Anyway, all this to say, cement factory, just as good in the eyes of the Lord. I think something similar happened in the books. In
the Bible? Yeah, I mean, Jesus did go do a hot tub store in Jerusalem and get baptized. John the Baptist worked there on Saturdays, so they didn't have to pay to get in. Like, it was a sweet deal.
That's county fair shit, where Jesus can come and turn corn dogs into tornado potatoes. Everyone knows this. It's in the Bible.
Have you never read it? Guys, come on.
Duh. Anyway, the guy jumps. He belly flops. He gets hurt. He's unresponsive in the water. Shane West climbs down quickly, pulls him out. As he's doing it, the security is alerted by the sound. Cops show up. The rest of the kids are absolutely going to leave that kid to die.
They start leaving before, like, Shane West is off of the thing they jumped on. Like, they're running to their cars.
Right.
And he does jump in and save the kid, right?
Yes.
And he, like, checks to make sure he's, like, breathing.
Yeah.
They don't say anything, but they share a look. You know, it's clear he's going to be okay eventually.
Right.
Heaven forbid they get a trespassing.
I know, right? I would just stay. I'd be like, we were just dicking around, thought it'd be funny to jump off this thing.
Yeah.
I saw he got hurt, so I didn't follow him. And then I'm so sorry. Yeah, take the trespassing L. It's fine.
I know the town pool was supposed to close at 10.
I know there's no lifeguard on duty, but like...
He did breathe in a bunch of water, though, so call Erin Brockovich. It's going to be bad. But, so he's the last one. He crashes his car trying to get away, so he's obviously in trouble.
Yeah, he crashes that beautiful car that the Duke boys drove in Dukes of Hazzard. Like, it is like that kind of South car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and he does then spend the rest of the movie fixing that car.
Yeah.
But we cut to the next day where his mom is like, you're coming to church. Like, I don't care that you broke your full ass leg and hurt your head and whatever.
Fine, Daryl Hannah, I'll go to church.
Fine. And she's like, as a mermaid family, we don't let a little bit of concrete water come between us and the Lord.
Paige, I did badly want Tom Hanks to cameo as her dad and this be like an unofficial Splash sequel. Like, I would have laughed so hard.
That would have been great.
I did not know that was the woman from Splash.
Yeah, she's got brown hair and not blonde hair, so she does look a little bit different.
Yeah.
She's also a little bit older, but she still looks great, you know?
She's also wearing a shirt.
Yeah, and she didn't have a tail.
Yeah, no tails.
Oh, that's what it was. I couldn't place it, but it was the tail.
It was the tail.
They CGI'd the tail off, yeah.
But then they go to church where we see Mandy Moore's dad is the preacher. And my favorite thing is the first thing out of his mouth is basically like, God saved that one boy. I was like, actually, Shane West did, but whatever.
Right?
Like, fine. God was there, sure, but...
But her dad does nothing but diminish Shane West's accomplishments and his, like, the things he's actually doing and gives all that credit to God, which is real gross to me.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for Shane West, but, like, he seems to be okay with it, so that's fine, I guess.
My favorite part was the transition. You need a father. And then it cuts to both
the guy who will become his father-in-law, basically.
Father-in-law, but also a father in God. Is that what it's called?
Sure.
Pastor? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Godfather?
Yes,
Ooh.
exactly.
Right.
If this suddenly became a mob movie, I'm way more in.
It is a church movie, Paige, so kind of.
I mean, yeah, depending on which mob and which church.
Who do you think runs the cement factory?
Are you saying the Vatican owns the cement factory? Hang on.
No, I think it was the Italian mob, but the idea of the Vatican owning it is way funnier.
I would say that they're the same. Different organizations, but they're the same thing, kinda.
Similar. Yeah.
Hate for you to have to make a fall into the cement factory pool.
Get him some cement shoes and cement swim trunks and cement swim caps.
That's 100% what they're making at the cement factory. Yeah, we make cement shoes.
Mobster shoes.
It is run by the mob, Paige, and they make cement shoes. I hear they're going to make some Yeezys.
As in when you jump off, all the way down. Anyway, we do cut to Mandy Moore singing a solo in church.
It's got real my dad's the pastor energy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she always gets picked.
It could be the better singers, but like my dad's the pastor or whatever. Mandy Moore is actually a great singer, but It's just funny.
Yeah, none of it rhymes.
Of course not.
Her solo don't rhyme. It's bonkers.
To me, there was like a moment where he was watching her sing and he has like an uncomfortable boner in church.
We've all been there. Come on. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the spirit moves in mysterious ways.
Yeah, sometimes you're sitting in a pew with a heart on it. Like, it happens sometimes, but you just use the program to cover it and hope it goes away.
Yeah.
The fact that you have a workflow to mitigate this task is really troubling.
When I was 14 and I was doing this, I don't think I referred to it as a workflow, but yeah, fair.
Well, they have the hymn book and then the Bible, so you have
Got options. Yeah.
The problem was my church had the hymn book and the her book, and sometimes if I had the her book,
Right.
it was like instant boner town.
I mean, they have all those shorts and tank tops, garments, whatever they call
That's
them.
what they call. Yeah, I call them the LVs, but y'all don't know why.
Can we?
It's an inside Mormon thing.
All the Mormon shit is inside.
The temple.
The temple. So she sings her solo that doesn't rhyme for some reason. Then we cut to school the next day and they're like, oh, Jamie, boo, Christian Jamie. And I'm like, look, I went to a Christian school, so I was never bullied for this. But I don't know anyone who was bullied like this.
Hey, my name's Todd, and I was a Mormon growing up.
Tell us about it, Todd.
This happened to me all the time.
Okay.
But from Christians who were like, oh, you can't be an FCA. You're not a Christian.
You're not part of our club.
Yeah. And at the time, I was really hurt by that. And then I realized how dumb it is. Full stop.
I just think they're really bad at bullying.
Yeah.
One, we already covered the cement incident.
Right.
Bad bullying.
The some incident? Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. And then they're like, why can't you get a new sweater? Like that's it.
Because this is the only one mom left me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is implied that is what happens.
Yeah. But also, like, her dad can't even afford full sleeves, guys. Like, there might be a monetary issue. Like, leave her alone.
That sweater costs 2 half sleeves.
It's like gift of the mat. He's like cutting off his long sleeve shirts and giving them to the seamstress to
I
like.
cut off my sleeves to give you a sweater, but I got rid of my sweater to get you 2 sleeves. Yes. Anyway, we cut to the principal's office where they have a ton of empty beer bottles and they're like, hey, Shane West, you were clearly drinking on campus and then you drove drunk to the cement factory where you almost murdered a kid by giving him cement shoes. But we're just going to make you do some detentions. All right, bye.
No, Paige, it's way worse than that. For some reason, this principal's the Judge Dredd for Shane West's character only because he's like judge, jury, and executioner on this guy. He like gets to dictate a bunch of shit for no reason. It made no sense to me.
Yeah, there's no misdemeanor happening. There's no court. There's no law enforcement. There's just this one guy being like, you're going to have to tutor on the weekends.
Yes, and be our janitor for free or whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to be in a school play.
Oh, yeah, they do like mandate he be in a school play.
I hereby sentence you to theater.
No! The drama of it all, Paige.
It's not like Good Will Hunting where, you know, he's a genius.
Right.
And he gets in trouble and they're like, you're going to have to go to school and to get tutored or, you know, whatever. Otherwise you're going to jail. It's not like he's this amazing theater actor where they're like,
No.
The only way you're going to get your life together, if you don't want to go to jail, you got a theater.
Buddy, you are at a crossroads. Stage right or stage left? What are you going to choose for your futures? Whilst thou tread upon the boards?
The principal thinks he's like dangerous minding this kid, but he's not. He's like doing it badly. You know what I'm saying?
His chair is the regular direction. He needs to flip that shit backwards
Yeah.
before he drops knowledge like that.
Exactly.
But so that's how he ends up spending time with Jamie, because Jamie is also tutoring on the weekends. And even though they make fun of her, it seems like Shane West, aka Landon, is like one of the only other kids from school that she knows that's like tutoring and working with this other club after school. And then they're both in drama where the kid who wrote the play, I've got questions, man. Like,
Paige, I got some good news. Natalie might be able to answer them because she knows
Does
the
she
guy
know
who
him?
plays the dude who was the author of the play in the movie.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, my senior year, I directed the, like, undergrad student play, basically, and, like, the smaller of the two, like, the junior high play.
Did you guys do this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we did, like, Frog and Toad are Friends or something. I don't even fucking remember.
It's probably like a Veggie Tales thing.
I mean, we could only afford tomatoes. No cucumbers.
Take Two Todd in the house. Babbel ad for September 18th. Got any fun trips coming up? One thing you probably have not put on your packing list, learning the language. But with Babbel, you can start talking in just a few weeks. Start speaking in a new language with confidence thanks to Babbel's conversation-based technique that teaches you useful words and phrases you actually use in the real world. I could order in French at an actual French bistro, thereby justifying my pretentious fleur-de-lis back tattoo. Babbel is handcrafted by over 200 language experts, lessons are voiced by real native speakers, and it's built with science-backed tools like spaced repetition and interactive features to fit any learning style. Babbel's tips and tools are approachable and accessible. It's like having a private tutor in your pocket. Thanks to Babbel, wait. All right, take two. I really hope I don't upload the unedited ad like last time. With Babbel, I'm learning Spanish, and I use the engaging dialogue right away with speech recognition to check my pronunciation. I also like the personalized review to lock it in long term. Staying motivated to learn a new language is easy with real-time feedback, progress trackers, and handy visualizations in only 10 to 15 minutes a day on Babbel's mobile app or website. Studies from Yale, Michigan State, and other leading universities continue to prove Babbel works. One of the studies found that using Babbel for 15 hours is the equivalent of a full semester at college, which is saying something, right? Like, how much did I pay for college? With over 16 million subscriptions sold, Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by a 20-day money-back guarantee. So get talking with Babbel. There are more than a dozen languages available. And you can learn at your own pace with material tailored to your proficiency level, interests, and time. So whether it's English, German, Spanish, or Klingon or Vulcan, I guess probably just Earth languages, so still just Earth languages. So like French, Portuguese, Turkish, all of that stuff, right? All of those languages. I use it and you should too. And listen, I want you to learn another language because it's like a whole workout for the mouth and brain, guys. So I'm teaming up with Babbel to gift you a 55% off subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/romancingthepod. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/romancingthepod, spelled babbel.com/romancingthepod. Babbel.com/romancingthepod. Rules and restrictions may apply. Like, Klingon and Vulcan probably are not an option.
But, so I know that schools do this where they have someone write a play and direct it and whatever. He clearly has a crush on Jamie.
Yeah.
And at one point he follows her. He's like, I know you're going to be great at the part. And Jamie's just like, okay, bye. Just walks over to Shane West and be like, you don't really like me, do you? And I was like, you both have some things to work out in therapy.
Only one of them will live long enough to do so though, Paige.
I just like the idea, though, that he's the kid that comes in crutches, right? Because he's injured.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in a play. So they're just assume he's going to heal fine and be able to do whatever,
right?
Singing and dancing there might be. And there are two other kids who are super into theater who want the part
so badly.
I know. It's crazy.
And they're like, hey, you're the leading man. I don't want it.
It's also weirdly implied later after the play when the drama teacher she's like, oh my God, you were brilliant. And he's like, thank you. And then walks past her like he doesn't prolong the interaction.
Oh, yeah.
And it's almost like, does she have a crush on him? Is that why this is happening?
She definitely did in real life, but I don't think the actor should be portraying that because that's his teacher. It is crazy though. I could see how you could be you've got to work in the drama department. You're going to be right. Painting sets and maybe dressed all in black as a stagehand.
Right.
Just because that person's not going to want to be on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can't kind of force someone to be an actor like that.
Yeah. You're going to be the background tree.
Yes.
That dances around.
Right.
But no, he's the lead. We'll talk about it again when we get to the most crazy montage in this movie of them prepping for the play.
Oh yeah. The only thing that is missing is Semi-Charmed Kind of Life by Third Eye Blind.
Yeah.
It's got everything else.
The stage. I'm walking over here and I'm gonna go walking.
If I don't walk, then I get shot to death. This is a book by Stephen King. And Todd thought it might be this movie. But okay, we got to move on. I'm so sorry. You were just saying walking too too much, so I either had to go Christopher Walken or The Long Walk.
Right. There's more walking than Lord of the Rings in that one montage. Anyway, this is also where, like, as he's kind of going through, like, tutoring and janitoring and whatever, he drops off what we will find out is his ex-girlfriend, Belinda.
Yes.
And she's like, my parents aren't home. Do you want to come inside? And he's like, it's over, Belinda.
Damn. Like, yeah.
Okay.
She just offered you sex. You could turn her down nicely, bro. Like, it wasn't like she was pestering him.
Yeah.
He could have been like, no, I'm good. We're broken up. I want to respect that. He's just like, no, gross.
No.
You're ugly. I hate you.
Your vagina's full of cement from the pool.
We shouldn't have let you jump in.
At least not bare-assed.
The problem, Belinda, is you jumped in what the doctor said, and I'm quoting here, Gina first. And so I'm out.
Should have belly flopped.
Should have belly flopped. If only she had those superpowers to belly flop at any time.
Yeah, she'd be great at cowgirl.
I mean, anyway, so we go through another round of him like trying to tutor, and Jamie's like trying to talk to him, and she's like, so are you going to visit Clay, the guy who jumped and got the belly flop powers?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, and none of us made him jump. And like, you, I guess, are into all this stupid shit like tutoring and the planets. And she's like, oh, you think you know me? It's really predictable. And then she like changes seats.
Oh, Paige, I'm sorry. I have to, because I love what she says. She's like, well, you don't know me at all. He's like, yeah, I know you. We've been in the same school forever. And he like pretty much says the meanest shit you could. It's like a roast battle that she didn't prepare for, that he has thought about.
Right.
Like he thought about this for a day and a half and then said this to her. And it's like the most hurtful shit. And then she's like, I guess you just care what people think about you. And he's like, yeah, don't you? And she's like, no. And then gets up and walks away. It's the most badass thing I've ever seen. I loved it.
Well, your sweater sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not enough variety in your wardrobe.
Would your mom die in that dress?
Oh, she did?
Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, man. That sucked. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's because the first half of the movie spends all of the time being like, Jamie is a perfect angel and everyone else is cruel and mean. Like, no regular interactions would go that way.
Right.
Especially not to someone who is undeniably the most attractive person in that high school. All the cool kids are like 7s and she's a 10.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh, look at that sweater.
Fucking sweater hiding what are probably perfect breasts. Like, it's just...
What are you, Belinda, in this movie? Come on. I do think you got to factor in that she's like the pastor's daughter. So yeah, of course, if you took the ponytail out and gave her like a She's All That makeover, she'd be super hot. And yes, she can sing, but she is a pastor's daughter. So that's like a plus 25 in the category.
Yeah.
So instead of being just a 10, she's a 35.
Yeah.
She's all that. It's the glasses that make her ugly, right?
Right. And the paint spattered overalls.
Right. In this movie, it's the sweater.
It's the sweater.
It all goes down to the sweater. It's like she takes off that ugly sweater.
It's the cloak of invisibility. That's her superpower.
Yeah.
The problem with this movie is her superpower she can only do once. Paige, oh my God. I didn't think that would get you like that. I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. If hell exists, you'll see me there.
Oh, God.
Well, and Chris, too, but he's already there.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun. I'm getting raptured.
Yeah. You got baptized in the parking lot. We know.
Yeah, I've got parking lot baptism cred.
Oh, and we should mention Paige is doing this podcast from heaven after the rapture. Yes.
Yeah. If you guys listen to my occult podcast Rapture special, you know all about it. And you know that I'm up here and y'all can just take my fillings now.
Wait, do you have like gold fillings? Is that why they would want to take them?
Aluminum is going to be a commodity, Todd.
True.
And anyway, they get back to school. He's waiting. She goes to go home. He gets her to give him a ride. And they do kind of like talk a little bit on this ride. And she's like, number 42 from my list. Be friends with someone you don't like.
Yeah. She literally says to him in this scene, I don't even like you. So like, this is the only reason I'm like being nice to you is because it's on my list to be nice to a disadvantaged idiot.
Right.
Who like doesn't have faith and is clearly beneath me.
Who think cardiologists deal with with leukemia.
It starts with a C, Dad. You can't do all diseases with a C. Well, technically, cardiologist focuses on the heart, so no.
What if it was heart cancer, Dad?
But my heart's with Jamie, so like that counts, right?
You'll have to fix my heart, Dad!
Dad!
Oh my God.
I learned it from watching you operate on hearts. Anyway, he then tries to practice the lines for the play with his friend, who is just like, this place sucks. Let's talk about boobs. And then eventually leaves, but not before being like, I'll be there opening night with tomatoes.
I do like that he's like, listen, man, we all talk shit, but I'm going to be in your corner when it comes time. And he is.
Sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I do admit,
Yeah.
he acts like every high school boy I've ever met, and I was at that time.
Well, he needed a best man.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, did he have a best man?
He does. It's his dad.
Oh.
It's his cardiologist dad.
That's so sad.
The cardiologist dad he only reconnected with like a week before.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. And his dad doesn't look that much older than him. I don't know if he just looks good or the casting was weird. Anyway, eventually he asks Jamie to help him with his lines,
Yeah.
which is how they hang out for the one time that they hang out.
Yeah. I mean, they go on some dates, but you mean like
Yeah.
they hang out before?
They don't go on the dates till after the play.
I know, but they do those dates. Like, this is the first time they hang out.
Sure. But like literally he tells her, I want you and I want to be with you after only hanging out with her that one time.
No, I know. It's super quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Yeah, they're in high school and she's got cancer, Paige. What are you waiting for?
I mean, he doesn't know that yet, but they do like a whole play together. But he goes over to her house and her dad's like, no, not that boy, not the sinner boy. And she's like, Daddy, what about forgiveness?
He's like, I've watched him in church. He's not paying attention.
He doesn't have belly flop powers. Aim higher.
Did you not see the bandage representing sin on his head getting smaller over the course of this movie, Father? He's now a holy man.
As in, there's still a hole in his brain.
There definitely is.
Call Erin Brockovich.
And I'm the holy woman that needs to be filled.
Yes. Yes. She figured it out. She's a strategic genius. Like, she has a Sherlock Holmes level mind. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. But he comes over. They do practice. This is how we kind of learn like her mom is dead because we see the pictures around the house and that her dad still doesn't like him. But he leaves. He does see Jamie sneaking out at night later and follows her to her telescope. And it's at this point in the movie that you can tell that they start giving her little bags under her eyes because she's sick.
Yeah.
First clue. But they look through the telescope and she's like, I really want to build a larger telescope to see this one specific comet.
Well, it only comes around once and no one knows when it'll be back.
Right.
It's like an allegory for like her life.
And she has to ride it to eternal life.
Yeah.
She has to leave this mortal coil to catch the comet.
Yeah, I think it was the Haley Bop comet or whatever.
Yeah. But this is where, and the movie is not very brave in this moment because it does, like, she's like, this is why, like, you can't have beliefs without faith and suffering. If there's no suffering, there's no compassion. And he's like, tell that to people who are suffering. And she's just like, what? Yada, yada, yada. Never mind. Like, it never comes back to it.
I mean, I wrote that in my notes. I was like, man, that is like a gross thing for any human person to say aloud. And she said it with the confidence of someone who knew they were right. It's gross.
Well, and this is the point at which it starts to feel like an atheist screenwriter and a Christian screenwriter just slapping laptops out of each other's hands as they try to complete this film. Because it's like they each write a line and they're like, no, yours is stupid. No, yours is stupid. And it's just crazy. But we cut to school closer to the play. And he's standing with his friends. She walks into school and is like, hey, are we going to practice lines later this afternoon? And all his friends like look at him and he's like, no, I would never hang out with you. Like, duh. And then shows up to her house that afternoon.
I know.
He's like, we're cool, right? You get it. You get that we can't be seen together in public.
You get that you're beneath me, right? You're terrible. Like, they're both terrible to each other.
You're not in Cement Club, so
Yeah.
what are you going to do about it? And she's just like, okay, then you can go fuck yourself.
Well, she doesn't say that.
She should have.
Because she's very Christian, Paige.
She's like, you could read my mind, and then glares in, you could go fuck yourself.
I mean, that was definitely the subtext in her eyes, yeah.
Yes. So then we get montages of him practicing his lines at home, but then a montage of them prepping for the play. And it is literally just them walking back and forth across the set, or the teacher demonstrating how to like push him in the shoulder. It's one scene. It's the only scene we get to see of the play.
I know.
Like before the song. And this montage is a full song length. It's 3 minutes. of literally just people walking, sitting, standing, walking, slapping, walking, sitting, standing. It's like, at the end of it, they should meet elves at least, like just something. It's nuts.
It is long.
It's crazy.
And for no reason. But I think that's the Mandy Moore song in the soundtrack, so they contractually had to be that long.
It's actually not. It's one of the Switchfoot songs.
Oh, is it Dare You to Move or whatever?
No, that's later. That's one of the best fucking Switchfoot songs in this fucking movie, but
The lyrics of that are so weird.
they're super weird, but if you don't actually pay attention to it and be like, his voice is kind of sexy, great song. But Shane West, aka Landon, goes to see the kid that they tricked into getting belly flop powers.
Right.
Jumping off that bridge for no reason. We don't get a reason why he might do this. It's just that he just suddenly decides that he's into Mandy Moore and therefore tries to become a better person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Belly Flop Kid will tell Mandy Moore that he came to visit.
Right. Maybe.
And we have to call him Belly Flop Kid because, of course, his dad is Belly Flop Man.
Right. Belly Flop Man, that's my father of the Manhattan Belly Flop Men.
They make the best ads for water parks. I'm so sorry.
Belly Flop Man.
Yeah.
Now I'm just picturing the Mad Men credits.
That's where I was going. That's exactly where I was going, Paige. Yes, thank you.
And then just a dude belly flopping at the end.
Yes, 100%.
Onto that couch.
That's how he survives the opening credits, Paige.
There you go. Anyway, Clay is like, I wanted to be your friend and now I don't know why. And this is all stupid. And Shane West is like, hey, I actually did do the jump one time and I got very hurt. And he's like, did it hurt? And he's like, yeah, good.
Yeah.
So Shane West also has belly flop powers.
Oh my God.
How has Marvel not harnessed the power of Shane West?
I know.
At the end of this movie, when he leaves the house, it's just Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, just like, Landon, we need you.
I'm assembling a team. Would you like to swim in the Olympics?
I've got you, Michael Phelps, and Greg Louganis.
And Jason Statham.
Another Olympic level diver, for the record.
Yes. Anyway, we cut to the play. Is this play bonkers level awful? Yes. Is it just an excuse for Mandy Moore to sing a cover of a Switchfoot song?
Also, yes.
Yes. But my favorite part about it is that it's supposed to be like, Chicago, see, gangsters, yeah. And they're all like flapper era gangsters.
Yeah.
And then Mandy Moore's character enters in like a Gandalf cloak.
I honestly thought she was one of the Nazgul. I thought she was one of the kings.
Yeah.
The kings of old.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
She's the ring bearer.
Yeah.
Or she will be.
Yeah.
She will be.
Yeah.
What grade am I going to get in drama? You shall not pass.
Oh, God.
But yeah, she fully comes in, Gandalfed out, and then drops the cloak into probably the most revealing dress she has ever worn as the character.
Yes.
And then sings. And this is where the movie takes a turn for me from being a morality play to actually kind of being a romance movie. But like the movie does a terrible job of blocking this scene because she just like sits, then stands, then sits, then stands, then sits.
Which is quite a performance because remember, she's also singing, guys.
Also
which
singing.
It's the hardest thing to do, to sit and stand slowly while singing.
Well, I mean, to be clear, it was directed by the little Max Fisher from Rushmore. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he doesn't, he's off there just like, yes, perfect. Now
Yeah.
stand.
Yes, Gandalf's joints are sore. Sit, stand.
All of the craziness of the play is explained away when you realize a sophomore wrote it.
Yes, 100%. But what the movie does a decent job of doing is while she's singing, it's cutting to Shane West's reaction.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if there's one thing that saves this movie, it is Shane West's performance in it.
Oh, he does a good job in it. In fact, when he's like, the first time he's reading through the play
Yeah.
or whatever, and he's like exasperated and mad because he doesn't want to be there.
Right.
So he's just like reading the play. But it's funny because he's actually in the scene. He's performing in like the play that he's doing in the movie.
Right.
He's doing a great job in the scene because the character would also be exasperated and mad.
Right.
So he's like crushing the performance of it in this very meta way. And like the teacher knows he's not actually acting. So she like calls him out and be like, hey, are you going to like try?
Right.
But he's actually doing a really good job. Like go back and watch that scene. He's by far the best actor in the scene. It's hilarious.
He's the best actor in this movie, to be honest with you.
I agree. Yeah.
Because when they're here cutting back and forth between his reaction scenes, it's almost like you watch him see her in a new light and start to fall for her, because at the end of the song, she sits down at the table and finishes singing, and he reaches over and kisses her, which was not in the script or the play.
No, her dad almost passes out.
Well, that's just because he was so hot. That's why he only had the half sleeves.
Paige, if he had pearls, he would have been clutching them. Chris, let me just ask you something real quick. Just like, come over here real quick. Just like the guys chat. You ever been around someone who like you'd never seen out of their sweater, and then the first time you see him out of their sweater, you're like, God damn.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened here.
It's like she took out her sweater puppies.
Right?
And they're like, I'm all of a sudden a dog person.
Yeah. Bow effing wow, ma'am.
I will remind you that before we started recording, I recounted a story of seeing a coworker in a suit for the first time and never being the same again. So, like, yes, I'm familiar with how this works.
Paige, I don't think you've ever seen me in a suit.
I have, actually. And you know what? I'm exactly the same.
The pause there broke my heart.
Anyway, he kisses her on stage. Her dad almost has a short-sleeved heart attack. Belly flop guy can feel it from a mile away. It is the turning point of the movie, because the play ends and everyone's like, whoa, that wasn't in the script. That was fucking wild. And then Belinda's just like, so did he like kiss her for real? Because literally his friends abandoned him because he kissed somebody in a play. Which is, if I had a nickel, right?
Yeah.
Like I'd have no friends if people just abandoned me when I kiss people on stage.
Would have been great to have a reason to kiss somebody in high school.
Oh. Have you tried getting cement powers? I heard if you jump Giner first, it works really fast.
I mean, I was in the band, so things happen. Nothing crazy, though. I was very religious.
Linda also didn't have anyone to kiss, so.
No, Belinda blinked, though. You know what I'm saying?
So all his friends are like not hanging with him. And then at the show, he runs into his dad. And his dad is like, hey, son, I thought we'd get a bite after the show. And he's like, no.
Bite my ass, Dad! He's such an asshole to his dad.
His dad's like, don't walk away. And he's like, you taught me how. And you're like, ooh.
I mean, it is a sick burn. You're right.
This is where it starts to really have after vibes. And Chris, I don't expect that you've seen any of the after movies. And honestly, don't. But isn't the main character in those movies also Landon?
Maybe.
You're
asking me to remember a movie we did like more than 3 months ago? There's no way I'm going to remember.
Hardin. His name is Hardin in the after movies. But it's got a very similar vibe of like, where he's like, my dad's the worst guy on earth. He's fucking awful. He was drunk. And then 2 guys broke into our house and beat up my mom. And it's like, how is that your dad's fault? I don't.
Yeah, shouldn't you be mad at the 2 guys that beat up your mom?
Yeah, like he was drinking at home, not driving.
He was relaxing at home and some guys broke in and beat up your mom. I mean, that's terrible. I hate that. That's terrible. Yeah. It's a weird reason to be mad at your dad, who's technically kind of also a victim in this. So, like, it's weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's how Shane West is treating his dad in this movie, who, from all I can tell, left his mom and married someone else. That's it.
Listen, it does seem like he had an affair, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
But also, Daryl Hannah is over it.
Yeah.
So I kind of wondered if maybe it was like a mutual thing, and then he quickly got married to somebody else. But only because the mom's kind of over it and is like telling her son, like, you're going to have to forgive him like I have, kind of.
It's not like him and his mom are out of money and poor because they're going to that fancy restaurant where all the old people dance.
Right.
You know?
You know those really expensive restaurants where the old people dance? You know, like for money? Like a private dancer?
Dancers full granny.
This one's getting weird and I'm here for it.
I'm remembering when we did Ringu and we talked about that kid's knee-high socks for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we cut to the next day at school and he's just like, hey, Jamie, can we hang out? And she's like, people are watching. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. What are you up to? And she's like, I'm reading the 100 books on the author list for AP, which I also did. This was my
Paige, we know.
high school nerdery.
You were a leukemia away from being Mandy Moore.
But there was no Shane West for me. Not in my high school. But he's like, I miss spending time together. They spent time together once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like singular time. And she's just like, I don't care. Prove it. And he like chases her down and is like, I want to be with you. And I feel like you want to be with me too. And this is where she's like, no. And then like runs away. We cut to him fixing his car.
Can I ask a question before we move on?
Yes.
He stopped to her and talked to her in the cafeteria, which is like, where you go in the middle of the school day?
Yeah.
And she just left school. Do you think you could just like leave school?
She got detention for skipping school.
Yeah.
Well, we know she's 18 because at a certain point they will talk about her being 18. So she's potentially 18 now or close to it. I was 18 my senior year, and the answer is yes, I could technically leave whenever I wanted.
Nice. Okay.
Because you can sign yourself out.
I was too afraid to do that.
His line was, all you want to do is hide behind your books, your telescope, and your faith.
But that's how this movie, that's the insufferability of this movie is like real thing, make sure you get a God in the rule of 3.
Yeah, well, it's the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, the holy trinity of like basic thing, normal thing, God thing every time in this movie.
It's just like playing 2 truths and a lie, Paige. I get it. I understand what you're saying. Yes.
But then we cut to him fixing his car. And by the way, they're almost never at school again after this point.
Well, they're both 18 and apparently you don't have to go to school.
Apparently you don't have to fucking go.
Yeah.
They're at school one more time after this. We'll cover it when we get there. But he's at home fixing his car. And his friend comes over and turns on Get Your Freak On.
Yeah.
And first of all, that song is a fucking banger. Let that play. But he's like, can you cut the Soul Train for a second? I was like, racist.
Yeah.
Racist.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? First of all, don't you dare do Missy Misdemeanor Elliott like that. Secondly, racist. Like, what are you doing? And then he turns it instead to Jars of Clay, which Todd and I have established is the only Christian song we remember from the era. It's the one everyone remembers. The and if I can't
That's
swim
right.
after
That's the one. That's the one I know.
40 days
Yeah.
when the rising rocks. Yeah.
That's about burgers, right? And if I get crisp after 40 and you flip me over. Yeah. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Anyway, he's like, man, your real friends miss you. And he's like, you guys are my real friends. You're terrible. I like spending time with Jamie. And he's like, she's changed you. And he's like, yeah, well, whatever. He goes to see her.
Yeah.
And she's already starting to look sick. She's got the like eye bags.
Paige, we get it. She's hot. Yeah, she looks sick in this movie, bro.
Sick.
Yeah.
And he brings her a sweater.
Yeah.
Which it just felt like a big insult. Like,
right?
Like, I know.
I was like, I'd be so mad.
I know you like this sweater and we've made fun of you. I want to date you. Here's a new sweater. So, like,
It's a new sweater so I can take you in public.
You have such bad style. Like, I'm going to fix you.
The craziest part to me, about the fact that it is literally almost an identical sweater, just in pink.
Yes.
Very funny. But after he leaves, she's got the sweater. She's like, oh my God, he gave me a sweater. She's like so excited about it. And then her dad comes out and he's just like, boys like that have expectations.
Right?
And he might as well have just said, men have urges.
It's very much like if he bought you a sweater, you're definitely going to have to put out. It's kind of the vibe of the conversation starter. Yes. You don't open with that, Dad. That's weird.
He only got you that sweater so he could take it off you.
Yeah.
And a man with exposed elbows should never be talking to his daughter like that.
He's pulling the wool over your eyes and your panties down your ankles. Like, it's nuts.
My daughter will never wear 2 different fabrics. Never.
No daughter of mine is mixing her wool.
Have you never read Leviticus?
Anyway, she basically is like, Like, Daddy, no, he loves me. It's just a sweater.
Also, at the bottom were a bunch of condoms. At the
But like wrappers that were like opened already. Like, yeah.
Put them on your fingers.
You were making balloon animals, Dad.
It was a water balloon fight, a very sticky, slippery one.
And none of them blew. Like, really, really good condoms, honestly.
Yeah.
None of them popped at all.
This happened to me in college one time where we did not have water balloons, but we did have a bucket of free condoms. And first of all, if you try to hold on to condom water balloons, it's real tough because there's lube on the outside. And you're like, oh, the whole time. And then you throw them at somebody and they get hit and they don't pop. They're just like, ow.
Yeah, they hurt.
Like bruises.
Yeah. I have also been in a condom water balloon fight.
Rite of passage.
Yeah.
Frankly. The most expensive water balloon fight you'll ever have.
It's the most fun I ever had in Olympic Village, though.
The most fun I've ever had with a condom.
That's the most fun I've ever had with a condom. That's the joke. Hell yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That's hilarious.
Shane West comes home to his mom, and his mom's just like, I talked to your dad. He said you were kind of a little shitbird at the play. And he was like, yeah, well, he left us, Mom. And she's like, yeah, I'm over it. You've got to forgive him, too. But then we cut to school where Belinda, on the last time we ever see these people at a school, Belinda has the photos from the school play and she's just like, Jamie actually kind of looked hot. And she was like, I've got a nasty idea.
Have you guys heard of this new thing called Photoshop? Which it was at the time. And they like do the worst Photoshop I've ever seen. Like it is so bad the camera pulls away from it super quick.
Yeah.
Could they not get a color photo of her face?
I know.
Could they not just put the body in black and white?
Yeah, or so like I know that there are high school kids who may not know Photoshop.
Right.
But did anyone making the movie know Photoshop?
They should have.
No.
But it's terrible.
Like, I get what they're trying to get at, where it makes her feel embarrassed and it's sexualizing her in a way that she's not used to, and that is upsetting to her. I understand that.
But it is so comically bad. I probably would have laughed at it and been like, you wish you knew what was under this sweater.
Yes, and you'll never see it.
Exactly.
Like, it was just, yes.
Like earlier, he's like, don't you care what people think about you? And she's like, no.
No.
Apparently she does.
Right? Clearly.
This is the woman who was confident enough to go up to the most popular boy in school with greasy bangs and go, don't fall in love with me. And then now she's like, don't look at me.
But he rescues her in this moment, Paige.
He rescues her in this moment. It's the hottest thing one of the hottest things in the movie. I'll highlight what the actual hottest thing in this movie is. But she goes to run and he catches her and he basically is like, hold on, I will deal with this, and is like, step back, and basically starts a fight with his friend.
Yeah.
They have a friend breakup. And then he comes back to her. He's like, come on, baby, let's go. And you're like, they aren't even officially dating and she's already baby. It's wild.
He has not asked her on a date and he's calling her baby already.
Oh, yeah. But he does drive her home because she's like, I just want to go home. And he's like, I'll take you home. He drives her home and he's like, will you go out with me? And she's like, I can't go. I'm not allowed to date. And he was like, all right, you stay here at home. And he drives and asks her dad.
Yes.
And her dad's like, no. And he's like,
only if her older sister dates. And that's how 10 Things I Hate About You overlap.
Yes.
Exactly. Only if Julia Stiles is your chaperone.
Wear the belly.
Oh my God, I forgot about the belly.
It's my favorite part. Her dad in that movie is insane and I love him. He's so good.
I forgot about the belly. Oh my God. But so the dad is like, all right, well, you asked twice. So this is where they go to the restaurant with the dancing old people.
You know, those really nice restaurants. I'm not going to do it again.
I'm just picturing a bunch of people with walkers doing the can-can.
It's like, wow, this restaurant's really nice. And then I'm like, I just look around, there's a bunch of old extras.
Yes.
Like, who's available?
We're filming this at 3 p.m. Who's ready to have dinner?
That's probably what it was.
Who wants to go dancing?
Those are just the people who were in that restaurant at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday when they shot this scene.
Right.
Sign this release and we'll cover your check.
Yeah. You get a free soup with your release.
Really nice. So you took me all the way to Cracker Barrel? Wow.
We got a bag of saltwater taffies and pancake mix. But he's a bad dancer. He's dancing badly in front of everyone. And he tries to ask her as they're like dancing, embarrassing themselves in front of the old. He asks her, like, what's the number one on your list? And she's like, I'm not going to tell you.
No, she says, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Or that's the first time he asked. That's what she says. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, is the number one thing on the list become a murderer?
Oh.
Honestly, that would be a hell of an ending. She's like, I've got leukemia. Try and put me in prison.
Yeah.
Catch me, coppers.
She's a secret Dexter taking out the one kid who's putting all these other kids in cement shoes.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good movie. It's kind of like Saw meets 2000s teen.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Crostal.
Written by Nicholas Saw.
Yeah, here when he asks her, he's like, what's number one on the list? Because he's already asked her that first time. She just goes, mm-mm. And he goes, mine is getting out. And she's like, well, what are you going to do when you actually get out? And he's like, I don't know. We'll see. But like, what else is on your list? And this is where she lists out the like 2 places at once, the tattoo, the butterfly, or whatever. And so he then drives her to the state line.
Yes, this is all the same night, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
So they like in the same first date.
Wait. She told him
earlier. She listed off a few of these.
that same date?
She relists them, but she did tell him earlier. So he does know.
Okay.
She lists them a few times. I think the one he does on the date are the ones she listed the first time.
Gotcha.
But she lists more in that conversation page. You're right.
Right.
Anyway, the date is like they go to dinner. They like get tattoos. They drive to the state line. It's a miracle he got her home by that 8:30 curfew I know she has.
Because they had dinner at 4.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, but that's why you only saw old people there.
Can I tell you that I think, and I thought it as a teenager, I still think it now, the application of the tattoo is the hottest scene in this movie.
It's also the most unrealistic, Paige, because there's no way that tattoo would have stuck.
I know.
Although, Paige, it could have been hotter if he had just like licked it a bunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what it is the like, it's the her being like here on the shoulder, which is like, she's barely revealed an ankle so far in this movie. So to like pull the shoulder down is kind of scandalous for her character. And then he like puts the tattoo on and places it and then pulls it and then just is like blowing on it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, whew. But so we've had this whole date of like, oh my gosh, they actually do have chemistry. He did all these things for her.
Yeah.
They went to the 2 places at once. This is all very romantic and very sweet. And then they have to ruin it because literally they like get out of the car and she's like, how can you see places like this and not believe in God? And I just have in my notes, because I like typed it out as they said it. And I was like, way to harsh my lady boner. I was sitting here fantasizing about Shane West putting tattoos on me. And then you're just like, but also the majesty of the Lord. And I'm like, oh. Fine.
Y'all don't do movies good. I'll just say that.
We don't do movies good.
Yeah.
Right after that happens, he's like, I might kiss you. And she's like, I might be bad at it. And he's like, that's not possible. And then they make out.
Yeah.
So to recap, they straddle the state line. He puts the tattoo on her in a very intimate moment. Then they're like, remember God? And then they make out.
Yeah. It's like a perfect first date.
Right? And he's like, I love you. And she's like, I told you not to fall in love with me. And then they make out again.
She actually, okay, so they don't make out again. They kiss twice.
Yeah.
And then she puts her head down and he just makes out with her forehead.
Still hot.
He was prepping another tattoo.
Yeah.
He was getting some moisture. He was going to give her a forehead butterfly.
Yeah. He's like, my Uncle Charles has one up here.
He works at the cement factory.
That's a deep cut Charles Manson reference y'all both got, and I love it. That was great.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, we cut to school the next day and they're like a hand-holding school-ass couple. Again, this is like the last time we'll see them at school.
We literally are just here to see them walk by his friend group into school while he's wearing a shirt that looks like he's recently been rained on, but it's not rained on.
Yes.
But it's like part of it is like dark blue and part of it is light blue in inconsequential areas.
A reverse ombre.
It's weird.
It's partially baptized.
Because he's not quite yet baptized in the spirit of Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah. Not quite. But this is kind of like a montage of them kind of walking together as a couple a lot of places.
It's a long walk.
The long walk. They didn't even get to have 11sies. They get to the house and her dad comes out as he's kissing her goodnight. And it is tame.
Yeah, it's like a good night kiss for someone you're not sleeping with yet.
Right. Yeah. But her dad is like, come inside. The night is over. Your behavior is sinful.
You come in here with your covered in temporary tattoos.
It's some real I'm jealous of you energy.
Well, he's like, stop being childish. If you love him, be fair to him. And you're like,
which in that moment, she hasn't revealed to us, the audience, that she has leukemia, right?
Right. We just know that she looks sleepy.
Right. So, like, is he implying because of what he said last that, like, she should be sleeping with him?
Honestly?
Like, he bought you a sweater and took you on a date. How could you only kiss him goodnight, daughter?
Your behavior is childish.
Be an adult.
Those boys have expectations.
At least spit in your hand.
A sweater is at least worth 2 handies and a mouthie. Everybody knows that.
I'm glad your mama's dead so she didn't have to see this.
Not see her prude of a daughter.
If she hadn't died of all those venereal diseases, she would have been ashamed of you.
She hadn't died of jumping Jana first into the pool. Somebody call Erin Brockovich. This one got really weird, guys. I'm not mad at it, but it got weird. And I'm here for it. Holy shit.
I was worried I would cry during the podcast because the movie made me so sad.
I knew we wouldn't be able to go there because I was laughing the whole movie. I didn't cry once this time.
But now I just keep thinking of people jumping China first into the concrete pool.
Yeah. Erin Brockovich better shut that plant down.
Oh, man. Anyway, she sneaks out to go to her telescope again. She doesn't tell her dad that Landon's going to be there. But they meet up, and this is where it's kind of flirty of like, oh, I want to see this planet. Well, that doesn't come out till sunrise. Oh, so we're going to be out all night? Now you're like, and he's like, but because I respect you, I brought a second blanket.
No. The thing that about this scene, it's like, we're going to spend all night here in this cemetery. Better get used to it.
Right?
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Why go to the one place she's going to spend the rest of her life?
You mean the rest of her non-life?
Yeah.
Technically, everyone does.
Yeah, but you don't take someone who's going to die to the skeleton section of the Spirit Halloween store at like their last Halloween. I understand what Chris is saying.
Yeah, but he doesn't know yet. I do also love that they're like 2 blankets and then they sit nuts to butts and have a blanket on the ground and a blanket on top. And I was like, I think you're missing the point of the 2 blankets.
Well, no, Paige, if he just puts it in and they don't move, it's not sex.
That's why your friends have to jump next to you.
Right. Well, that's why they're at the graveyard, because that's where all her feature friends are there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should move on.
Oh, don't worry. In your religion, they can baptize her after she dies.
That's not my religion, and that is factually correct.
Not your religion anymore.
But I have done baptisms for the dead. I have. Yeah. Back when I was actually around this time that this movie took place.
Anyway, as they're nuts to butts staring up at the stars, she's like, number 1 is to get married in the church where my mother grew up. And he's like, oh.
And he's like, no, it's not. Number 1 is peeing, you idiot.
She's like, I don't do that anymore. Not since I jumped in the concrete pool China.
I do recall he bought her a star registry thing.
Yes.
Total scam.
Yes.
Total scam.
Total scam.
Stars are named after the people who discover them.
Yes.
Not high school kids who paid $50 online.
I'm convinced that they're assigning the same star to multiple people.
Absolutely.
Guys, she's going to be dead in like 4 months. Just
She'll
let her
never
have
know.
it. Just let her have it, guys.
I did the thing where you buy a parcel of land in Scotland to make someone a lord for my dad one Christmas. And they like sent the paperwork to the wrong place, and I was trying to get new paperwork, and it was a fucking nightmare because it was revealed very shortly after to be a full ass scam.
Yeah, of course. But you got it because it's funny. Like,
yeah, it's $45 of enjoyment.
yeah, I would do that for myself.
Yeah.
I buy myself stars all the time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like once a week. Half the sky is Chris.
Oh, that one? That's me. Oh, that's me too.
Oh, you like that star? You're welcome. That's mine. You're welcome. I can turn it off if I want it because I own it. But I'll leave it on for you because you like it.
This one I named after the polypropylene corn they used in Children of the Corn. Anyway, they're walking through town after, and it's implied that it's like summer at this point. We don't see them graduate. We don't see any of that, but he's like, you excited for college admissions and whatever? And she's like, no, I didn't apply. And he's like, what? And he's like, are you taking a year off? And she's like, no, I have leukemia. I've known for 2 years, but like, I didn't want you to treat me different.
She's like, I couldn't reveal it to you until you were so emotionally committed that you'll still marry and bang me all summer until I die.
Right.
Because like, I got a really like finite needle to thread. And this is when I had to reveal it to you. I apologize.
I apologize. And also, I've stopped responding to treatment. I don't need a reason to be angry with God. And
I
you're
know.
like, where did that come from?
I was like, listen, I've never had leukemia, but you should probably text treatment back. I don't know, like, you should respond to treatment. Like,
You up?
yeah, like, you booty call treatment.
Yeah.
And she did have a reason to be angry with God, for the record. Like,
Yeah. Or maybe have like a deep, honest conversation with herself, but it's not going to happen.
Right. Oh, yeah. She's like, I can't be angry with God because, and then she just flips her Bible open to a page and points, and it just says, my bad. Like, well.
Oh, yeah, it's the my bads. It's right after the baguettes.
Right. There's the baguettes, the father of, and the so forths, and the my bads.
Yeah. And then oddly enough, the sin bads.
Yeah.
It's the bad sins in the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know.
They wrote letters about it. You get it.
Yeah.
yeah, and he gave him like 3 wishes or something.
Yeah, as always. One of those wishes is always war. This is the needle drop of this movie because this is where Switchfoot's...
This is Dare You to Move. That's right.
Yeah, this is Dare You to Move.
Paige, can I tell you really quick why I think those lyrics are weird?
Yes.
Okay. To me, it sounds like an obstetrician, like nurse, who was like trying to bully a kid who's just been born into like moving his limbs to make sure he's okay.
Okay.
It's like, dare you to move? Bet you won't.
Dare you fucking baby.
Dare you to move, nerd, you fucking stupid baby. Welcome to the planet. This is existence. Everybody's watching you.
Everybody's here, and we're about to play Closing Time by Semisonic.
It just sounds like lyrics a Scientologist would write about the birthing process. That's all I'm saying.
Because it's like, dare you to move, dare you to move. With
Stupid kid.
a montage of him going to his dad's house in like the rain and being like, she's got cancer. You gotta come see her right now. You gotta fix her. And this is where her dad's like, I'm a cardiologist, man. Like,
I know, which is the funniest line of the movie. I was just, what?
It is hilarious. That's when I knew Landon was a stone cold idiot. And then at the end of the movie, when it's revealed he got into med school, I was like, yeah, that checks out.
It's like, Dad, come on. You gotta go save her. She showed me her Uranus on her telescope.
I named a black hole after her. But my favorite, and the only thing funnier than him being like, you gotta fix her, I'm a cardiologist, is this very next scene where he's like, sadly fixing his car, and his friend shows up, and the friend is like, your mom called me, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I know you cared about her, like, if there's anything I can do. And then they turn and do like an elaborate handshake, but they're both sad and solemn, so they're just like slowly dapping each other up, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It's a callback to their handshake they do before, but yeah.
They did it once before, but it's weird because it also involves them like smoking a joint.
Yes, I pointed this out to my wife. Yes. I told Natalie, I was like, we've never seen them smoke, have they?
They smoke a joint,
right,
and then put it out on each other's shoulders.
Yes.
Like, so they all have like either cigarette or joint burns all over their shoulders. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't just get into the belly flop Vengers for nothing. Like, yeah.
It reminds me of like in Parent Trap where they have that elaborate like clap, clap handshake that's got like 4 steps. This is like a 4-step handshake, but they're both solemnly and sadly doing it, where they're just like, the hand, the shake, the chest, the blunt, the whatever. Love you, man. And it's so funny.
I'm just imagining a cheerleader dies, and at the funeral, all the cheerleaders are solemnly doing the big cheer.
Give me a D!
D!
Give me an A!
A!
Give me an E!
You spelled it wrong.
Oh, yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I was trying to spell dyslexia. What did I actually spell?
Oh, no, unfortunately, you spelled cement. Good Lord. Anyway, he drops a ton of flowers off on her porch, and he tells her dad, he's like, I'm not going anywhere. Make sure she knows that.
And then walks away.
And then walks away.
He's like, I'm out. I'll see you never. Bye.
She shows up at his house, and she's just like, I'm afraid of not being with you. And he's like, baby, that'll never happen. And I was like, look.
It's gonna happen, guys. Yeah.
But him saying that, I was like, I'd pay a lot of money to have Shane West just say to me, baby, that'll never happen. And I was like, and that's why Teenage Paige got really into this movie, I think.
Just about anything, Paige. Like, it was like, I don't ever want another sequel to the After series. And Shane Girl's like, baby girl, it'll never happen.
Yes.
Like, would that be comforting? Is that like what you, just any situation?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly. Like, we've banned Michael Bay from making movies. Baby girl, it's all right. A Michael Bay movie's never going to happen again.
It'll never happen again.
Anyway, he learns to dance with his mom. He dances with her. His friend comes over and he starts building her a bigger telescope.
From Home Depot.
From Home Depot. It's like air conditioning conduit.
Oh, every time I saw the new telescope going forward, I was like, if you think that tube is big, you should have seen the toilet paper that was around it. Because it looks like a big toilet paper tube. You know what I'm saying? I was like, good God. Did he just like rob a giant's trash and then like make a telescope out of it?
To me, it looked like a giant potato cannon. But
Yeah.
if you know what a potato cannon is, then you grew up in the South also.
Yeah.
Like a pumpkin cannon, the one that they do in the
Exactly.
falls.
Yeah. The kind of cannon that makes a sound like thook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like Todd's idea that it's like, them giants always have IBS.
Well, no, but their toilet paper would be bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
But while he's building it, Jamie passes out. She ends up in the hospital. And then we get a montage of days where Shane West has like stopped going to school. It's all about the telescope and being at the hospital.
Yeah.
And her dad is like, hey, go home. I need a minute with her. And then she turns and just goes, Daddy's so serious. And I was like, the Joker?
Is this whole hospital about to explode? Hang on.
Shane West is limping away in a nurse costume.
She's like, want to know how I got these scars? From the cement pool.
Oh, God. But so he has this conversation with her that's basically like, I think maybe I was too strict with you and I kept you close because I didn't want to lose you, which is, again, a very grounded and human conversation.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I lost your mom and I've always regretted double dog daring her to jump Gina first into the cement pond. And then I regret asking you to repeat that same thing. And like, listen, my bad.
My bad.
I really wanted to meet Julia Roberts. And so here we are.
Oh, God. But we cut to Belinda, who shows up at Shane West's house to be like, here are the pictures from the play for you to cry over. I guess she just chose you, and I can understand why. And then, like, kisses him on the cheek and runs away. And I'm like, he's definitely marrying her later, but whatever.
I don't know if I'm marrying, but he's definitely, like, sad having sex with her later. Yeah.
He's coming back to that 20-year reunion, and yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes to the hospital, and this is where Jamie's like, I have something for you. It's not a Bible. It's just a list of quotes.
Isn't that not the Bible?
I mean, it kind of is. But the first one's Aristotle, which is like, a friend is one soul residing in two bodies. Very famous quote.
Yeah.
Second one is find out who you are and do it on purpose. Dolly Parton, also a very famous quote. And then she has him read another one, and it is fully 1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah.
The one we read at every wedding. And he's just like, interesting. And she goes into what is possibly the worst part of this movie. And she's like, I think what I figured out today is that maybe God has a bigger plan than I do, and that me and my sickness is so that you can have a good life. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my, no. But she gets out of the hospital because his dad pays for home care because he's like, I don't think my son understands what a cardiologist is, but I am rich. So,
Yeah. Money does solve most problems.
right.
Yeah. And he buys his son effectively in this movie's love.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
he just
yeah.
does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it works.
Son, are you sad? Here, have some money.
Well, because we get this arrangement set up, and which basically just means she gets to die at home. That's all this means, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like hospice, kind of.
It's kind of like hospice
Although
care, right?
it probably is a little bit before she would need to go into hospice, but still,
Right.
It is late stage in her life, unfortunately.
Yeah, and so, but then we get the scene where Shane West goes and hugs his dad and sobs, which makes me absolutely cry buckets every time. Shane West is giving 110% in this movie.
He really is. He's doing a great job in this movie.
I wish he'd been more famous after this movie. Like, I know he has steadily worked, but there are people that are like crazy famous from this era, and I'm like, it should be Shane West. Like, watch this movie and disagree with me, I dare you. Anyway, we cut back to now that she's at home, he builds the telescope in time for her to watch that comet, and she gets to watch it too.
Yeah, it's the one she's going to ride on to heaven.
Yeah, exactly. And after the comet, he's like, do you love me? Will you do something for me? Will you marry me? We cut to their wedding. And I love that she's like, the church where my parents were married, it's her dad's church. It's aggressively the same church.
Yeah.
Well, the location budget was like pretty low.
She does look beautiful. I love her veil dress combo. They read 1 Corinthians again.
Yeah.
Then we cut to, he's like, we had a perfect summer with more love than most people experience in a lifetime. Good for y'all.
Yeah.
But then she dies.
I'm just imagining the late stages and him being an 18-year-old hormonal boy.
You're saying she died full?
Oh, no. I don't want to think about that at all. Full of cement, though, right? That's what you meant?
Yeah. One last dip in that cement pool.
That's healing waters.
As is tradition in this town.
Yes. But we cut to 4 years in the future where he comes back to her dad and gives him the quote book. And he's like, I heard you got into medical school. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, that's impossible. Because he would have had to like finish high school that he didn't finish and then do some sort of schooling to get into a 4-year or at least a 2-year than a 4-year, then apply to medical school.
Yeah.
It's like a year off.
The movie has established he is an idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he doesn't know what cardiologists do. So he at least can't be that kind of doctor.
yeah. I'm one of those, I think I'm specializing in,
Chiropractic.
yeah.
He's a podiatrist, as Mikey on this show famously declared we're not doctors.
Yes, I do not know why.
Apparently they go to a different kind of school, but I'm not going to get into it right now.
Right.
Anyway, he gives the quote book back and he's like, I'm sorry Jamie never got her miracle. And he's like, she did. It was you. And he's like, she saved my life and I'll always miss her. And that's the movie.
So having seen the movie, having talked about the movie, what did you guys think about A Walk to Remember?
Well, one, I want to say the miracle, I think, was Belly Flop Boy.
Right. That is the miracle.
I think the miracle was him getting her home before the curfew on their first date.
The curfew on her life, in fact.
Ooh, they do everything on that first date.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
They don't have friends to jump on the bed next to them.
Well, this is off topic, but there were people that I knew in high school who were very Christian.
Sure.
And they had I don't know if you guys know about this, but there was a workaround.
Oh, the back door. I heard about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus didn't know about it.
The poop hole loophole?
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Tell me everything.
Yeah. So as long as it's not in the vagina, Jesus doesn't know about it. It's all good. So we don't know what happened, before they got married. But in that cemetery, no one talks.
You think she was throwing ass at him?
Yeah.
They were nuts to butts. That's what Paige was saying. So
Yeah.
Right.
we could check the tape. Just hit back 30 a bunch and see what she said.
Yeah, we can absolutely review the tapes. I mean, I have always referred to the poop hole loophole as someone being like, well, I'm not going to skip class, but I will bring a gun to school. And then equating the same of like, I didn't have sex, but we did do anal. And I'm like, it's just as bad. Like, I don't think there's a real loophole here. I feel like we should just have a more nuanced conversation about protection and your options and the social construct that is virginity and what that actually means, which is nothing to a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree, Paige. This movie does kind of make me sad that like Mandy Moore had to be like an evil genius to be able to have sex before she died.
Right.
But I'm glad she figured it out. But like, it does make me sad that she grew up in this culture of like, you have to conform to what everyone else expects of us, or you are outside of like, you can't have good things, I guess, is ultimately what it is.
Right.
So it's just like you either have to conform to this really, 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 really rigid thing, or you're like the terrible thing now. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing to believe.
I had a friend in college who passed away before getting married and was a virgin when she passed away. And I remember thinking,
Bummer.
Nobody's going to give her gold stars for not getting to experience a thing because of this rule.
Yeah.
This is kind of fucked up a bit, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of how I felt about the movie, though. Is it worth watching? No. It is crazy. So, like, watch it for that reason. But, like, don't watch it because you're like, yeah, I get why the religious family is really looking down on everyone around them. Like, that makes sense to me. Like, it's just sad. Like, it made me sad. But the thing is, like, that was like me at that time.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I also understand it, but it makes me, like, kind of hate them because I kind of hate the person I was at that time in my life, you know?
Teenage me saw no issues with this film.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Adult me is really glad that we focused on the cement pool.
Yeah.
As part
I
of the-
definitely said jump Gina first, more than I thought I would when recording this episode. So, yeah.
I think I said jump Gina first more in this episode than I have in my entire life before it.
You got to get those numbers up, Paige. Come on.
I gotta get them numbers up. I gotta get my steps in. But this did make me cry today. So I guess only watch this if you are wanting to cry for a solid hour. Like if you just need to get it out, I guess watch it. Or if you have a Shane West fetish, go for it, girl. You know what's up.
I bet those things overlap so much.
For me, yes. Let's just say I jumped Gina first.
Ankles up by your ears, jumping like it's so silly.
Maybe it's because I knew what happened.
Right.
To me, it was almost pure comedy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny things in the movie.
I agree, because I was laughing a lot in this movie, even though it is incredibly sad. Although when he says, "Will you marry me?" I started crying and didn't stop until the credits, but I laughed a lot other times.
I only cried because at that age, I had a big crush on Mandy Moore, and I was like, he got her. Not me. It should have been me. I was the kid jumping in the cement pool trying to impress her.
I mean, that's the good news for me as teenage Paige was just like, well, now that she's dead.
Shit, when you said he got her, I thought you meant God. I thought you meant like God got her.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, but Paige,
Yeah,
do you perhaps have any fun facts for us?
I do.
Well, here it is with your fun facts.
Cement, fun facts. This movie was filmed in only 39 days, which is even faster when you think about the fact that they only had Mandy Moore for 10 hours a day because she was still a minor at the time.
Okay, I retract my statements about how attractive I thought she.
I mean, you were a teenager also when this came out.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
You're probably younger than she is.
Yeah, on it when this came out.
Oh, I definitely was. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like 15 or 14, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I believe that this movie was made in only 39 days because God made the heavens, the universe, and the whole world in only 6. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
He was so good at it, he could take a day off and complete the project.
Yeah. That's and mandated by the union.
That's how you know
Yeah.
God was a douche. He brags about being able to take a day off.
Yeah.
And he demands I worship him on his day off?
Yeah, it's like, do I not get a day off?
Come on, God.
Jesus Christ.
We got a union. We got to unionize against God. We got to get some better God conditions by collective bargaining against God.
Or, hear me out, sleep hole loophole, where you're like, God rested, so I am being like God in resting on this day.
Yes, I celebrate Sunday on St. Mattress as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
St. Mattresses Day. Now, Shane West loved the car he drove in this movie, which
Yeah.
understandable.
It's
That car
cool.
is cool as shit.
Yeah.
So he bought the car after the movie wrapped
Well, he fixed it.
for $5,000. Yeah, because he fixed it. He's like, I put it together.
Yeah, he's like, I fixed this.
Let's talk about Switchfoot for a second. So much of the movie soundtrack includes music from the band Switchfoot, who at the time were really only famous in their native San Diego and also as a contemporary Christian music band. They had not really crossed over into secular music at all. But Mandy Moore was a huge fan of the band and had a great deal of influence in their participation in the film because she already had a series of number ones at the time. So she was already a pop star and was like, I like this band. I'll do some of the soundtrack. They do some of the soundtrack. When they approached Switchfoot, they did not know who Mandy Moore was.
That's
and
hilarious.
We're not familiar with her music because they were like 30-year-old rock dudes who were like, I don't know who this teenage pop star is.
Right. It'd be weird if I did, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm honestly happier that they didn't.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they came on board, they contributed 4 of their existing tracks to the soundtrack. So songs that were already on their album that was doing well in Christian circles at the time. And then they recorded, the lead singer records a duet with Mandy Moore called Someday We'll Know. And then Mandy Moore covers Only Hope, as which is also one of their songs in the film. As a result of this movie, not only does the soundtrack sell incredibly well, in fact, I rebought it the other day as we were like prepping to do this movie. But Switchfoot's album sells incredibly well. But it ends up being a catch-22 for them because, on the one hand, their existing Christian fans are like, oh, gross, it's not Christian enough now that it's in this popular movie, which is ostensibly a Christian movie. Like,
yeah.
But because it was released, wide release, they did not consider it to be so.
Wait. It wasn't Christian enough?
Yes, and they were mad that in the context of the movie, the songs are played as if they are love songs, even though they are originally songs about God.
Wow.
But Switchfoot is like, we're popular now, so we have to like make generic music. But they're like albums and stuff after this, people were like, this sounds a little too churchy. So like they end up in a weird middle ground where they make like both types of music for a while. And I think they're now mostly back to contemporary Christian music. But at the time, it was like the cool Christian crossover band that we were all listening to at my high school.
So the lead singer for Switchfoot and Mandy Moore do a cover of Someday We'll Know by the New Radicals?
Yes.
Because they used, in the movie, they used the original New Radicals.
They use both versions.
Do they use the other one somewhere?
They do. It's a slowed down version.
Okay. I didn't catch that.
We do get the fast version,
We
and
get the
then we
good
get
version.
their slowed down version.
Yeah.
Right.
That whole New Radicals album slaps. Every song is good.
It does, and it's like their only famous album, right?
Yeah, because all he really wanted to do was produce music, so
Yes.
he produced the best album he could and then just got producing jobs.
Yep.
I love that guy. He's like really good. He's like real smart.
Well, and he's produced a ton of other hits. Like,
Yes.
that's the main thing everyone knows about New Radicals is that they made this one album that they didn't even really like and used it to get other jobs.
Yeah. Which I get. Like, think about, like, I don't want to be a rock star because you got to travel too much, but I want to work in music. Like, that's a great move.
Yeah.
Like, he did a great job.
100%.
His name's Greg Alexander, by the way, if you want to look him up.
Yes.
2 G's.
The inspiration for Jamie Sullivan's character and some of the events in the book and movie are actually based on Nicholas Sparks' sister, Danielle Sparks Lewis.
Wow, okay.
Who the book and movie are dedicated to.
She died of leukemia.
Yes, she passed away. She was older than Jamie. She passed away at 34. I don't know if it was leukemia, but one would guess, given that this is kind of dedicated to her.
I've got her report right here. Her medical report says she jumped giant first into a concrete
This is
pond.
a real person, Todd.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
The pictures of Jamie on the mantle in the Sullivan house are real pictures of Mandy Moore as a young girl. And the movie was shot in North Carolina. If many of the sets looked familiar to you, it's because they were reusing sets from Dawson's Creek.
Oh.
Yeah, particularly the school, the hospital, and Landon's house are all Dawson's Creek sets.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, and they had their own version of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, the cement pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Down at the cement hole. When Jamie gives Landon her mother's book, she says, "Don't worry, it's not a Bible." In the novel, Jamie does give him her mother's Bible, which has her favorite passages underlined. So they don't have to pussyfoot around it being a book of quotes that also has Bible verses in it. This is the second film adaptation of a Nicholas Sparks novel and the first to be rated PG. We have actually not done the first Nicholas Sparks novel, which is, I believe, Message in a Bottle. But we will eventually get around
I'm
to it.
sure
We've
we
done
will.
almost all the other Nicholas Sparkses, but
And all of them are crazy. Yeah.
yep. During filming, Mandy was 17. Shane was 23 when they filmed this back in 2001.
Okay.
And this was originally intended to be a PG-13 movie, which included a naked version of the picture that features Jamie's head and a model's body.
Oh my goodness.
So they edited clothes onto it for the movie.
So they did know how to use Photoshop.
They did know how to use Photoshop, but everyone, when they shot it, all the copies that the characters in the scene are holding are naked versions.
So that's why she's reacting that way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Because it would be somewhat scandalous for her to even see that.
Yes.
But also, she's still black and white.
Oh, yeah. There's no way it doesn't look like her at all. Yeah.
Yep. They did also film this at the same time in the same city as Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. So this town was just like chock full of film crews that year. It was probably a tax subsidy thing.
Probably, yeah.
Anne Hathaway was almost Mandy Moore's role in this movie.
I could see that.
I could see that. I think the reason Mandy Moore gets it is just because she was a pop star at the time. And if you'll remember, Anne Hathaway was like in the process of doing Princess Diaries. She was not the same level of fame.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. I mentioned that Landon's dad doesn't look old enough, and that is correct. He was only 15 years older than Shane West at the time.
Well, not impossible.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
And I'll end on this. The director, Adam Shankman, he plays the nurse pushing Jamie out of the hospital room when she's discharged to private home care. And those are your fun facts.
Well, thank you for those fun facts, Paige. Let's talk a little bit about box office. So what do you guys think the production budget was for this movie, A Walk to Remember? And remember, it was 2002 when it came out.
The only expensive part was Mandy Moore, the soundtrack, and that really nice restaurant they shot at.
Right, clearly.
So, I don't know, like 10 million?
Okay, Paige, you want to guess?
I'm going to actually go a little lower and say 8 million.
It's actually $11 million. You were very, very close.
Damn, very close, Chris.
Yeah, if you adjust for inflation, that's like roughly $19.8 million today because, Reaganomics failed. But so the movie did come out in theaters on January 25th, 2002, which is interesting because that's where you throw movies you think are going to fail typically. Anyway,
yeah.
I thought that was interesting that this premiered in January. But this movie was number 3 when it came out. It was beat by Black Hawk Down. Another, I think that's a rom-com, right?
It was super popular at the time. I do remember everyone fucking loved that movie.
It was number 1 and had been out for 5 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Snow Dogs was number 2. A Walk to Remember obviously was number 3. A Beautiful Mind was number 4. And The Count of Monte Cristo was number 5.
Ooh, young Henry Cavill.
Yeah. How much do you think A Walk to Remember made in its opening weekend?
I'm going to say 6 million.
Okay.
I was going to say like 7 or 8.
Okay, guys, it actually did quite a bit better. It was $12.1 million.
Oh, nice. 1x its budget in the first week.
Yeah. It was over its budget, and its first weekend was 3rd, which is kind of weird to see. But it did well. Snow Dogs and Black Hawk Down did marginally better, but still it did well. It was in theaters for 14 weeks, but it was in the top 10 for the first 3 of them, and then was never again in the top 10. But what do you think it made domestically at the box office in its 14-week run?
73.
73, okay.
I'm going to go 54.
I'm going to go $1 and I'm going to win because it was $41.2 million.
That's still good, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it still made tons of money. I mean, it was $11 million.
Probably made a ton in the home market.
DVD and at that time were like...
I'm sure it made way more than that in DVD and Blu-ray sales, but it also made a little bit more than that international. It made $4.8 million internationally. So just at the box office, this movie made $46 million, which is pretty good.
That's 4x its budget. That's a good return.
A really good return. $46 million today would be like $82.8 million. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's your box office. Paige, do you want to hit us with that romance scale?
On a scale of 1 to cement, how romantic did you think this movie was today?
Well, something hit rock bottom.
Just because we have a guest and you don't necessarily know the rules, it's 1 to 4. It's a scale of 1 to 4. So don't say cement. But Paige, I'm going to give it a 2 because there is some like longing, loving looks and stuff like that. They don't really get to act on it too much. I mean, he does get to blast her all summer, but we don't get to see that. But like, they do have some chemistry. So I'm going to give it 2.
I'm going to give it a 2 purely for Shane West's performance in this film.
That's fair.
I would say 2. I mean, I just remember having such a crush on Mandy Moore.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that was it. That's like most of my thought processes at that time in my life were like, what girls am I attracted to? And that was it. Like, that was it. That was my divining rod or whatever. Looking for water.
I think we know what your divining rod was. Yeah. At that time in his life, he wasn't a 6. He was at 2. And so he was just following that divining rod. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Looking for that sweet between the legs action. God's cement mixer, if you will.
If you will. Yeah, he was just looking for a lady to jump Gina first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. And that's your romance scale.
Yeah, so Paige, this week you made us watch A Walk to Remember. Actually, kind of Chris did because we talked about doing this with him years ago, and now we finally done it, thank God. Thank Mandy Moore.
Thank God. Lord.
Thank you.
Put one more Bible in this.
But in fact, Chris, maybe we should start here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Would you like to tell everyone where they can get more of you and the amazing stuff that you guys do?
Well, if you enjoy Christian material, then you can always check out my podcast, Good Morning from Hell.
Yes.
Where I'm dead and my eternal punishment is to interview everyone in the afterlife. You have both been on the show many times as we interview dead people, like fake celebrities, real celebrities. Recently, y'all were on as, what was it?
We were on as Ed and Lorraine Warren, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I re-listened to today, and I was like, no notes. This might be my best work. When you said 6'2" and I said 4'2", I was like, I'm never going to be this funny again.
That shit, it was a pretty good episode, guys.
Yeah.
But Paige has also been the alien queen.
Yes.
I was also the girl from The Ring.
That's right.
In the
Yeah.
well,
That's right.
And a cult leader early days. So
Yeah.
I've been on 4 times. Yeah.
Who was I? Oh, I was Al Capone for tax season. That's right.
You're Al Capone, and then also another episode where you were just
You were a serial killer.
a messed up guardian angel.
That's what it was, yeah.
A failed guardian angel.
Who's the person who you were guarding didn't understand euphemisms, and you'd say, like, go break a leg, and he'd break someone's leg.
Yeah.
Right? That type of thing.
Yeah.
So you have that comedy podcast, Good Morning from Hell, wherever you listen to podcasts. And then I also do a Dungeons and Dragons show.
Yeah.
Tales from Stinky Dragon, where if you don't need to know anything about D&D, but it's just fun storytelling with like a full radio play with music and original soundtrack and sound effects. And
Yeah, it's like fully produced, like theater of the mind audio. Like, it's awesome. Paige and I have voice acted it a few times.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
yeah, and that's Tales from Stinky Dragon, anywhere you listen to podcasts. And if you're curious about it, we have a lot of like weird puppet videos and animations on YouTube.
The puppets are my favorite.
Puppets are challenging. I never thought I would go to film school and then end up making puppets.
Building
but,
tiny castle sets to move puppets through.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
But thank you so much for guesting today, and we always love having you on.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey listeners, future Todd breaking in here, because when Paige and I initially decided what we'd be doing next week, we wanted to go in a direction that was not possible to go in for reasons we talk about in the next episode. So I had to delete the what were we doing for next week section and then record this. But the movie we ended up deciding to do, I think you'll all be very happy with, because it is Teen Witch, which is a movie that people have been asking us to do for quite a good amount of time, and we are excited to be giving you that episode. So that is what your homework is for next week, is to watch Teen Witch and then report back for that episode.
Hey, Todd, do you have any reviews for us?
I do, and this week I'm going to read one of our Spotify comments from our Mean Girls episode, and I'm going to read Claire's comment, and she says, my friend once taught a kid named Daniel, but it's spelled Danyul, and he was super dyslexic, which begs the question, did his parents anticipate he was going to be dyslexic, so they made his name spelling easier for him, or did the spelling cause the dyslexia? And I'll just say this, I think I'm only allowed to say Tylenol caused his dyslexia. But Claire, thank you so much for both the comment and also for not making me try to pronounce acetaminophen.
You just did it great.
Yeah, it's because I'm not a fucking moron.
I will say, here's my theory for what happened, because dyslexia can be genetic, that maybe one of the parents is dyslexic and that was the easiest way for them to phonetically spell the name.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Ingenuity.
Great. I honestly just assumed they were homeschooled Mormons.
That is also a possibility.
I have a lot of Daniels in my family tree. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Claire, thank you so much for that Spotify comment. And if you want to have me read your Spotify comment or 5-star Apple review, leave us one of those things and I'll do just that. So yeah, if you guys like this show and want to hear our other show where we talk about horror movies, that is The Horror Virgin. That's the only other podcast I am on, but Paige is also on Cult Podcast, which you can find at Cult Podcast. And you can find us on social media. I am at Todd J. Awesome, literally everywhere. Paige is at Paige Wesley on Instagram.
No, it's at Rampage Wesley on Instagram and TikTok, at Paige Wesley on Twitter.
That's right. All right. So that's where you can find Paige. If you want to find the show, we are at Romancing the Pod Show, right?
Yep. Romancing Pod Show on Twitter.
Well, and Instagram, right?
And Instagram, but it's show SHO because character limits. If you start typing Romancing the Pod, it'll come up.
It'll definitely come up on Instagram. I don't know about Twitter because I haven't posted on Twitter in a hot ass minute. So who knows? But that is where you can find more of us. So yeah, guys, give us a follow. Support the show any way you can. We'd love it.
Smash that like button.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be it for us, you guys. I'm Paige.
And I'm Todd.
And you complete us.
To God pleation.
Cement jump.
Jumpin' Gina first, nerds.